Welcome dear students. Today we'll be performing a practical which will be SSB modulation and DSB and SSB demodulation. So in the previous practical we performed DSB modulation and DSB demodulation, where we say that the information signal is modulated using dual sideband suppressed carrier, and then we retrieve the information using the demodulation of the same. In this practical today we'll be using the same kit, which is DSB SSB AM transmitter, which will be used for transmission, and this one is DSB SSB AM receiver, which will be used for reception. So here when we start with this audio oscillator, which is giving us an inbuilt audio signal. So we are having an option that we can use this audio oscillator here, or we can give an audio input using microphone using this external audio input. So only what we have to do, we have to change the position of this knob either to this point when we'll be using an inbuilt audio oscillator, or we'll be changing this knob to this particular direction here when we'll be giving external audio input. So currently we'll be performing an experiment based on audio oscillator, which means that we'll be using the modulating signal, which will be an inbuilt signal. So this time around we'll be keeping the position of the knob to this particular point. So we will see this signal on to our oscilloscope. So here we'll be using this probe for the generation of this audio signal. We'll be connecting it to this particular point, and here it will be connected to ground, and we can visualize there this signal which is in blue. This gives you the audio signal. So here we are having two knobs. One is a frequency knob and another is an amplitude knob. Based on the variation of the values, we can visualize the effect here, that we can increase the frequency or we can decrease the frequency. And simultaneously we are having another knob which is an amplitude knob, where we can either increase the amplitude or we can decrease the amplitude of the audio signal. Now we can see from the kit that this signal can take two different modes, either DSB mode or we can have an SSB mode. Now currently we have to perform SSB modulation, so we will be keeping this to SSB point. Otherwise, in the previous practical we kept the position of this knob to DSB mode. So here we will be keeping it in SSB. So this means that this modulating signal will be fed to this balanced modulator via this path, which is simultaneously being fed by a carrier frequency. So we are having a carrier frequency and we are having this audio signal which is generated from audio oscillator being fed to this modulator, which we say a balanced modulator, and the output of this balanced modulator, which we will be visualizing on an oscilloscope, will be a dual sideband suppressed carrier. Now we will see this dual sideband suppressed carrier. If we connect the position here, we can visualize the DSB suppressed carrier onto the oscilloscope. Before we actually obtain this DSB SC, what we have to do, first of all, we will be keeping this amplitude of audio oscillator to minimum position so that there is no input signal. We can see from there that there is no signal being obtained at the oscilloscope. And if we'll be simultaneously, we will keep this balanced modulator to a point so which gives you only the carrier signal. If we will visualize here, this particular signal is only a carrier signal, where we can change the value of this carrier using this particular knob. Now what we will be doing, we'll be keeping the position of this knob also to a position where we'll be obtaining no amplitude for the carrier signal as well. So this means at this point of time we are not having any modulating signal, we are not having any carrier signal at the output. Now what we will be doing, we will start slightly increasing the value of the audio oscillator. We can see it onto the oscilloscope that once we have started increasing the value of amplitude, that's once we have started giving an input to this balanced modulator using this audio oscillator, we are obtaining both DSB SC as well as an audio input signal. So this particular signal that we have obtained here simply suggests your DSB SC. That means we have suppressed the carrier here. Now this DSB SC suppressed carrier that we have obtained is being fed to a next block, which is a band pass filter. So once we have obtained dual sideband, it means that we'll be obtaining two sidebands which are having a bandwidth of FC plus FM and FC minus FM. So that means we have two sidebands carrying identical information. So in order to suppress one of the carriers, what we'll be using this ceramic pass band filter, which will allow only an upper sideband and it will reject this lower sideband, so that we'll be having a single sideband being passed. So that we have suppressed carrier here, we'll be suppressing a single sideband here, we'll be allowing only one sideband here. So that means what we'll be obtaining at the output will be SSB output, and you can visualize this here that we have to make some slight adjustment because now we are not having any carrier signal into it. It is a very low frequency signal, so we have to make some slight adjustments to visualize this particular signal, which can be seen here. So we have obtained this signal, which is simply the single sideband suppressed carrier output. Then this single sideband suppressed carrier output can be visualized from here, that it can be visualized as an output of a socket or it can be visualized as an output of an antenna. So if we'll be observing it as an output of this particular thing which can be amplified, you can see here that we are having a particular knob from where we can change the position either to socket or to antenna. So if we want our transmission, which is basically a transmission because through antenna, so we have to put this position to antenna, or we can put this position to socket where we can simply connect. Then you can see we can connect via this particular patch cord this transmitter as well as receiver. Now you can visualize this output that has been obtained. This is the output that is obtained at the transmitter end. So this is which is to be transmitted, and this signal is simply a single sideband signal. So this is our receiver. So we are able to visualize, we can again see that we are able to visualize this output from the transmitter end. Now we have to visualize the same here. So what we do, we are first using this patch cord which can be then shifted to antenna setup. So you can see here that we have connected this transmitter via patch cord to this receiver, and we are having receiver input select knob here, which can have again 2 points that either you can receive it via antenna. So that time around you will switch this to antenna side, or we will switch it to this socket side. So currently we are putting it onto the socket side. So we are giving this input here to first RF amplifier, and then this RF amplifier output is given to a mixer from where we are generating an intermediate frequency, which is obtained by the simultaneous feed of this RF amplifier and local oscillator. And then this intermediate frequency is given to IF amplifier. We are having 2 different stages of IF amplifiers here. We are having IF amplifier 1, IF amplifier 2, and then this output is given to a product detector, which is again a dual feed, which is being fed by another frequency, which is local oscillator, and then we obtain the output at the receiver end, which will be simply your input modulating signal. So we can see here RF output wave can be visualized here onto the oscilloscope, where we have to make some slight adjustment to visualize this RF input. Fine. Now this is the RF input that has this is the RF amplifier which has amplified the input signal, and then this is given to a mixer. This mixer we can see is fed by a local oscillator and then this RF output, and here we can visualize the effect of this particular signal, which is this RF signal. Fine. So here we have to make some slight adjustment to see. We are having a tuning circuit here which will tune it to that particular value where we will be obtaining the intermediate frequency. Fine. Then this is fed to IF amplifier which will amplify it. Then we are having another stage of amplification where we are having this amplified output being fed to another amplifier to obtain this particular signal. So we can see the effect of amplification from this point to this point. To obtain a simple sinusoidal signal, we have to make some adjustment. Otherwise it may seem a dual sideband, but this is only because of unbalanced modulation that may be a chance from the transmitter end. So otherwise we are having a suppressed carrier there and suppressed sideband, but if otherwise there will be a sideband which will be giving you an amplified output here which is being fed to this product detector. So here we have to use this product detector once we'll be using single sideband demodulation, otherwise in DSB we are using this diode detector. So here we'll be taking the output and we can see the output on. So here we are actually obtaining the output from this product detector which is your demodulated signal. So we can see this is the output which is obtained after the product detection. So here then this output is amplified and we can see the output obtained which is exactly the same signal which is being fed. And here we are having this tuning circuit which needs to be put to a proper position so that you will be tuned to the same frequency that you want to achieve. Fine. So this is the overall operation of SSB modulation and demodulation, where we are using this audio oscillator as an input signal, and then using the modulation of SSB we are modulating this signal, and then we are transmitting this SSB signal, and through different operations where we are generating this intermediate frequency which is for being fed to this product detector to obtain the output as the same modulating signal. Now we will see the same operation using microphone, where we'll be giving audio input from a microphone and we'll be taking this particular knob switch position to this audio input signal, and we can see that the same signal which is being given at the input is being obtained at the output via this speaker. Now we will use that particular case. Now we will see that if we'll be using a microphone, how we will transmit our voice signal over the same transmission system where we'll be using SSB transmission. So what we'll be doing, instead of using this audio oscillator, we will be giving an input signal which will be an audio signal. We'll be feeding the signal using this microphone. So instead of taking the position of this particular switch to modulating signal output, which was a signal from audio oscillator, this time around we will keep it to external audio input. So we'll be giving an input which will be a pure voice signal using this microphone. Then we'll be having the same procedure where this signal will go to this balanced modulator, where it will be giving you DSB SSB output, and then through a filter it will be giving you an SSB signal which will be transmitted over a particular distance using either antenna, or this time around we are showing it using cord. So after a reception we should hear the same voice signal at the speaker, and which is your receiver. Now first of all we will see the variation of the signal onto the oscilloscope, where we will be talking something on this microphone and we will see the variation in the signal in oscilloscope. Here we will be connecting it to this particular point which gives you the signal. So once I am talking at this microphone, you can see the variation on to the oscilloscope. So if I stop talking, you will see yourself that there will be no signal. Fine. So you could observe here that once I am talking, you are observing an input signal. So likewise, when I am talking, we can see that DSB output is there. You can see DSB output is there when I am talking. So I have kept it at the original position, this particular knob, where I will be obtaining DSB SC output. So once I am talking, I will see the variation in the signal, which will be a pure DSB signal. Then at the output of this filter, I will observe a signal which will be an SSB signal. At the transmitter end, once I'll be connecting it to this transmitter end, I'll be obtaining a signal which will be again a pure SSB output. You can observe there is a variation in which can be seen on the oscilloscope, which is basically an SSB signal. Now we have used again this particular patch, or we can use an antenna that is here. So that time around, as already discussed, that we have to only change the position of this switch either to antenna or socket. So we'll be transmitting this SSB signal onto the receiver, where you will be going through a different stage, and at the output we should be able to retrieve the original input signal, which will be a voice signal which we will hear from this speaker. So we can see here that once I put it on, because this time around I have put it off, this output select, once I will put it on here, I will see that this speaker here, hello, I am talking something on this microphone and we are able to retrieve the original voice signal at this speaker. So I have kept the SSB modulation transmitter and SSB receiver. All the tuning circuits are set and I am able to retrieve the original input signal. So you can see from here that if I change the position of this tuning circuit, there are chances that I may not be able to hear my voice. You can see from here that if I change its position, you can see now I am no more able to retrieve the original input. Now I have to change this knob so that I am able to retrieve the original input signal. So keeping this knob at its position, I am able to hear my speech, and I have to keep the position of this balanced modulator as well as the position of this balanced modulator knob at the values that from where we were obtaining the original sinusoidal signals. So this is how we can obtain this we can retrieve the original signal using SSB modulation. So this is all for this particular practical, where we could see that we are able to transmit a signal either using a DSB or an SSB, using this kit, which is DSB SSB transmitter and DSB SSB receiver. So we could use either DSB transmission, or we could use SSB transmission, and you will study it in the course that how SSB is beneficial over DSB, because we are suppressing one of the side bands. So ultimately we are limiting the bandwidth, which is the focus for this SSB transmission. So this is all for today. We'll be giving you an assignment based on the same practical, which will be based on some of the simulations, and where you will carry the simulations based on the SSB modulation and demodulation. Thank you all.